G'day everyone, it's me Drew again, and today we're going to be going over Gang of Youth's EP, Let Me Be Clear. To be honest, I bought this record on a whim. My partner told me it was a favourite Gang of Youth record, and while I wasn't that familiar with it, I love the band, and it was a limited edition run because of its 5th anniversary, so it was absolutely a no-brainer that I had to buy it. Released in 2016, Let Me Be Clear was the Sydney band's follow-up to the debut album, The Positions. The EP is 6 tracks long, featuring 5 originals, with the final track on the record being a cover of Joni Mitchell's Both Sides Now. While the main concept of the debut album was about the frontman's experience in dealing with marriage, death and suicide, to quote Dave, this EP acts as a bookend of sorts to his early 20s, and the final chapter of the part of his life which he spent in love with someone fighting cancer. Just as a quick side note, I don't really know how to pronounce the frontman Dave's last name. I'm pretty sure it's Lepepe, but I'm not going to be too confident with that one, so I'm just going to call him Dave throughout the rest of the video. To further the idea of this EP closing off the Positions, the only single off it, Strange Diseases, was actually released as a demo on the bonus disc of the debut album. And in traditional Gang of Youth fashion, this record is filled with heartfelt anthems, ambient sounds, some beautiful string arrangements, and all pulled together with some good old-fashioned rock and roll. So in terms of the vinyl itself, as I said before, this is a limited edition run of 1,000 units for the EP's 5th anniversary. For the outer sleeve artwork, we have like a film photo collage with some drawings and annotations written on top. On the back, we have the track listing. And for the inner sleeve, we have the lyrics and the writing credits. Just for a quick note about the inner sleeve, I've seen this done a couple times, but not too often. There's done this little slit on one side of the sleeve, so you can just easily pull it open and pull out vinyl. And for the disc, it does come on a 12-inch clear vinyl. Now, I know sometimes when people do clear vinyls, it's still a little bit cloudy, but this one is proper see-through. While I did buy this on a whim, I have given the record a few listens through, and for a highlight so far, I really like on the second track, Native Tongue, the almost psychedelic guitar solo. I think it's about the 1.5 minute mark, as well as just the rest of the shredding throughout the rest of the song. Let Me Be Clear debuted and peaked at number 2 on the ARIA charts, and while I feel like it is a little bit of a deep cut for the band's fans, I feel like the band really does love to perform it, purely of the fact that not that many people probably know it and they don't perform it as often. During their Say Yes to Live tour at the end of 2018, the band performed about 20 shows across the nation. Out of those 20 or so shows, about 8 of them were done just in Melbourne at the Forum, all on separate nights. I remember tickets for those shows were in such high demand. I think they got released sometime after the Hottest 100, so they gained a bit more popularity, but every time another show was announced, it just immediately sold out. I was lucky enough to get a ticket, and I went to the last night of the gigs at the Forum, and I'm pretty sure they played Strange Diseases as the first song of their encore. I did notice though, having toured Go Farther Into Lightness for I think it was about 2 years by then, and having done back-to-back shows for I think over nearly 2 weeks, the band were a little tired, but nevertheless they brought the house down, especially with Dave's favourite dance moves for Let Me Down Easy. So in terms of what's next for the band, their long-awaited 3rd studio album has been in the works for quite some time. With the new album covering the topic of the passing of Dave's father, the album I'm pretty sure has been reworked about 2 or 3 times by now, and I think is due to release about 2022 or possibly even 2023. Nevertheless, the band have followed their release pattern with a new EP, The Angel of 8th Avenue, which was released a few months back, and gives us a little bit of a taste of what's to come. Thank you very much for watching us go through Gang of Youth's EP, Let Me Be Clear. If you enjoyed what you saw, you can always press the like button down below, and if you want to stay in the loop of what's to come, you can always subscribe to the channel. It's me, Drew. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.